I also learned that what doesn't brings me joy, I can always delegate it right now.
Yes.
Yes.
And that still worked out for you, right? So it's not necessarily like it has to be one way where it has to
Yeah.
be data, but you still have to know your numbers.
The rational versus the emotional mind. Yeah, I do get emotional about it because I put so much effort into it, and when someone question it, it's sort of like invalidate myself.
We often hear people talk about their dreams to one day open up a cafe or an ice cream shop, but how many of them actually follow through? Today, we have the pleasure to have my friend Genevia, who runs Wonkie Ice Cream, to come over and share with us her transition of being a corporate girly into running her dream ice cream shop. But as we all know, identity shifts, it's not easy. It takes time, it takes going through the hardship. So we really talk about her journey of being a corporate girly in Singapore and moving back to her hometown in Penang, which is where we are at. That's why we're in such a beautiful place today. And we really talk about how she went from starting off as a home-based business that does pop-ups and, just delivering ice creams from home to home during the pandemic, and eventually taking the leap and opening up a storefront by itself in Penang, which is like the food city here in Malaysia. I really enjoyed the conversation with her and it inspired me a lot, and I hope you enjoy this episode. When I first met you, it was at the Entrepreneur Masterclass in November 2019.
Yes.
I remember it very well because it's one of the first events I organized in my last job. And that was your early stages of entrepreneurship, right?
Yes. It's my baby steps towards the world of entrepreneur, I would say.
Okay, so that's really the very beginning.
Yeah. I would
Okay.
say. So I already had this idea that I wanted to start a business. It's either in like dessert or ice cream. And I'm already doing some pop-ups in Penang here in Hinbas. But I don't really know anyone around me that owns a business or runs a business. And then I forgot how I got to know that masterclass, but somehow I just signed up for it, paid for it, and then drove 4 hours to KL
Oh
alone.
my God, you did it
Yeah,
alone?
alone.
Okay.
So I drove 4 hours to KL alone just to, like get out there in a way. Yeah, and I mean, it's fun. Looking back, it's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like prior to that, you were in oil and gas or something, right?
I was in chemical engineering.
Right, I remember.
And I was selling like hazardous proof lighting to oil and gas company
in Singapore.
So it's like Shell, Kappa Ship. Yeah, so we are selling this hazardous proof, non-explosive kind of lightings to them.
Okay.
It was a desk job and it didn't bring much joy for me in a way. And so I thought like, since I'm young.
That was, how old were you then? Like around
27?
Okay.
28?
Okay, so you've also like worked for
Yeah.
maybe like a few years.
Yeah. 1.5 actually, just
Okay.
1.5 in Singapore, and just felt really trapped there
Yeah.
in a desk job. And then I realized that I'm just not cut out for a desk job.
Yeah.
Or like a 9 to 5.
You're like a creative person lah, right?
I just like to run around. lah. Yeah.
Okay. Somehow I thought your job was like to run around when. I thought it's in
No.
like corporate world, but you run around. But
Yeah,
not really.
when I applied for that job, it's an indoor sales coordinator, and I thought that I will be running around doing sales, but I end up just in a desk job. Yeah, and
Yeah.
like answering phones, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
We do once in a while do have like what do you call that? Like a tour, like a site visit.
Okay.
Yeah, but then it was just like once or twice
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is, when I handed my resignation letter, my boss actually want to promote me to like half salesperson and half indoor. So half outdoor and half indoor to run the sales as well and to have a few accounts. But then I think at that point I was just like, no lah, you know what? I just want to do my own thing and like just try out and see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
So you knew 1.5 year in from corporate that you wanted to do your own thing.
I knew that I was not happy. Was actually quite miserable despite having like a comfortable life. But it's just like every day after work, I was just feeling really miserable. I remember calling my mom actually. So I remember calling my mom and like crying. I'm like, oh, me, I want to come back. I was like, I'm not happy. Then I remember my mom just said like, oh, just come back. Like if you are really so unhappy there.
Yeah.
And at that time, I couldn't figure out exactly what is wrong because like again, nothing was inherently wrong. Like
Yeah.
my boss is good, my colleague is really friendly to me, my landlady was really friendly, and we cook together, you know.
Wow.
We go market together because prior going to Singapore, I heard like a lot of those horror stories where
I've heard
like
a lot of
they
that
have
too.
like horrible bosses or horrible colleagues.
Yeah, I mean,
or-
generally Singaporeans are quite intense, so you hear a lot of those stories.
yeah. But I mean, from my point of view, like they are all fine and they are like really good people, really friendly. Then I keep reflecting like what makes me so miserable there.
Yeah.
Just probably not having the freedom to decide my time and place, doing my own thing, you know. So I just like decided to quit and start my own thing.
But like, I mean, when you quit, right, you get to choose between going to another job
yes.
and starting your own thing.
Yeah.
So was it always been like, yeah, I just want to do my own thing? Because technically you have that two choice, right? But it never crossed your mind to find another job also lah.
Yeah, the funny thing is that it never crossed my mind that if I'm unhappy in Singapore with this job, I could have just find another job,
right?
Yeah, so for me, it's just I just decided to quit and come back and start my own thing.
Yeah.
I have no idea why I had that thought, but it's just this. I guess looking back right now, I realized that I just like doing my own thing, and I wouldn't say that I'm not good at following instruction. I just don't like to be instructed what to do.
You are good in following instruction.
I am.
But you don't like it.
Yeah, I just like to do things my own way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then like, okay, so then now, how long have you been having your ice cream business for?
So the current shop Wonkie, it's 3 years this year.
Wow, very fast.
Yeah. 2.5, 3 years almost. But in ice cream, me dabbling in ice cream, it's probably way back in Singapore. So actually, before I even quit my job, I already start doing ice cream, like cooking ice cream, churning, preparing, studying about it in Singapore. Yeah, prior to quitting it. And then I still remember asking my friends over and doing R&D and asking my friends over to taste test.
Also, it's like even though back then you didn't know you were gonna start a business and all that, you've already been doing it and asking your friends for R&D, all that.
So I guess like throughout my whole life, my compass would always be like what brings me joy.
Okay.
And what excites me, or like what makes me curious. And at that time, I'm really grateful that Singapore has such a good library.
Oh.
A very vast national library in Singapore where I can just go like estate to estate and just borrow like recipe books and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I would just borrow it and experiment at home and ask my friend to come over to taste test.
That's so cute.
I don't know where it's gonna be hated.
But you just
at
do
that
lah.
time. Yeah, I'll just do because like it brings me joy.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, I guess like there's nothing that can come very wrong with things that brings me joy. I mean, like it's legal lah.
Yeah. Technically, yes. It brings you joy, but then now you've been running this business. Obviously, like Wonkie itself is 3 years. Prior to Wonkie, I know it was 3-tier at first, right? That's like the early stages of your home-based.
That's like a pop-up at home.
Yeah, a pop-up and at-home business, right? And there's this thing that you enjoy doing, and then now turning it into a business, right? Things are different, right? Like it's one thing to enjoy making ice cream. It's another to start a shop, hire people, run businesses to do it.
The bookkeeping.
Do you think ice cream still brings you joy? Now that it's a business?
It does in another sense, as in not just the eating of the ice cream, but I guess it brings me joy seeing people tasting the ice cream. Yeah, so it's the reaction of my customers. I like to do like funky flavors or like unique flavors. It brings me joy seeing them tasting it and like be weirded out or like to like it or not like it or just like be a topic of conversations with their friends.
Yeah.
So for Chinese New Year, we've been doing like bak kwa ice cream
Yes,
for
I love
3
the bak
years.
kwa one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some people are still weirded out by it.
Okay.
So I like to see like the reaction or their conversation is like, oh, see, they got bak kwa ice cream.
Do you
Then-
still have it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking my friend there later. Because I really want to have it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I like to see their reaction. I think that brings me joy. Another thing is I still do like pop-up events outside. So I think it brings me joy to just see people coming around, get excited about ice cream. Yeah, so I guess the thing changes, but it still revolves around the same thing. So then I also learned that what doesn't brings me joy, I can always delegate it right now.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like accounting doesn't brings me joy. Doing bookkeeping doesn't brings me joy. So I hire an accountant, outsource an accountant. Doing the same routine things doesn't excites me anymore. So I also hired a kitchen staff. So she handles all the day-to-day operation in kitchen and production right now. Then I'll focus more on maybe developing the flavors and also doing events right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but like it also took you a while. Like, I assume like early stages, there are a lot of things that you don't enjoy, but you have to do it yourself first. Then you
yeah.
have to like just push through.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Like, was there a point where you felt like giving up? Especially during the time where you have to do everything by yourself.
There is a point like during Chinese New Year where it's so packed. I feel like my hands gonna give way because like scooping ice cream is so tiring, and then you hurt you. I mean, yeah, you
Physically,
hurt.
it's tiring,
It's tiring. Mentally as well. But I never really had the thought of like closing the shop and go away because I still have loans to pay. So I cannot do that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would just keep thinking like, oh shit, why do I choose this route sometimes?
Yeah.
It's never really like, oh, close shop and like run away, but it's just like contemplating the choices that I made.
Yeah.
And then also reminding myself that this is the choice that I made.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like stick with it, go through it and I'll be fine.
Yeah, I think I was expecting like a very dramatic story or something. But so far it's just been going through the motions, and even when things are tough, we are just like, yeah, I'll push through it like that lah.
I think burnout is a gradual build up thing. You won't have a burnout the instant tomorrow, right? It's probably like in 1 month, 3 months, half a year where there's no really mental rest or mental reset, and then that's where burnout. But I've always been quite mindful about my body, my emotion, my mind. So if there's something that is out of the ordinary or something that ticks me off, I would ask myself, why is that? Or I would ask myself like, why am I feeling this way? Yeah.
Sounds like you're a very mindful and self-conscious person lah.
I try to be, yeah.
Do you have like routines? Like you journal or you meditate, right?
Yeah. So I have this morning routine where coffee is a definite.
Yeah.
So coffee, it's like a symbol to start the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a coffee, take cold shower, journal. Not so much right now. I think journal right now is just to like brain dump for me. Yeah, so I don't have like a set of questions, more like a brain dump. What am I feeling?
But you do it regularly lah.
I kind of like talk to myself in the journal like, oh, I'm feeling like this. Why am I doing this way? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's like this. I never know. Maybe I can try.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like in a way it's your outlet lah to talk to yourself. It's a space for you to
definitely
to revisit your thoughts and just know where you are.
But I don't really read back my journal.
No.
I just dump them.
Yeah,
only.
same. I also dump. But like every now and then, like when I come across old journals, then I'll open up. Oh, so that stage I was thinking on this. Oh, yeah.
Fun. Well, I was like looking back at 2019 journal.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I just started, the business. Oh, I'm feeling this way, and I'm really excited, like to drive around and deliver ice cream to people.
Oh, that's so
like,
cute.
especially like during MCO,
Yeah.
when like everyone is in shutdown. I was actually driving round Penang Island to just deliver ice cream.
Yeah.
And then when like Abang Police stopped me, I was like, freaking scared. But then I told like, oh, essential item.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. So they saw like styrofoam box at the back of my car, and then they thought it was food.
Yeah,
so they
it
just
is
let me
food.
through. Yeah,
It's very
I was
essential
like,
food.
essential. Like, just let me pass. Yeah, I was so scared at every stop or checkpoint.
Yeah.
No, I was just like, oh, essential, barang essential, makanan bang, makanan.
Very essential.
Yeah.
Okay. So like the reason I wanted to bring you on here, right? It's because right now, the focus on my podcast and like I would say my content in general, it's a lot about identity shifts. And I feel like going from one person to another, whether it's like a career shift or even like relationship shifts and all that, like it's not just a very simple process like you say like, oh, I quit my job and I start business and it's okay. I'm curious, like did you have that struggle where going from being a corporate employee to being a self-employed person that you find it very hard to shift over to, I guess, like introduce people that you are running an ice cream business now? Like how was it for you then when you at the early stages of changing this identity?
I think the struggle for me, I would identify it as like an imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
When you introduce yourself to people and then the back of your mind would be like, well, who are you? Oh? You just started selling like maybe half a year ago. I don't even know if the product like it's good. I mean, I know that I like it, but good is by the definition of your customers that try it.
Yeah.
So I would be like, oh, who am I to kind of introduce myself as this person, as Genevia. And so I just take one step at a time. At that point, I didn't really think a lot. I know where I want to get to, but I didn't really think too much about it. I was just trying to solve like one problem ahead of another. For example, like started doing it in the kitchen, my mom's kitchen, and then outgrew the space, and then the next solution to solve the problem is to get a bigger space, and then after that space got a bit too hot and not really suitable for ice cream because it melts so fast. And then so the next step would be to solve this another problem. But I mean, time and time again when I introduce myself to people, I still get this imposter syndrome. Especially on social media. Like social media, I record myself, I do reels, I try to be consistent. I really try to.
You have become more consistent in recent years.
Not really, because
then you got busy.
I uninstalled my Instagram because I doom scroll too much.
Okay.
I don't find it very healthy.
Yeah.
So I kind of like detox, in the detox phase right now, but I'm getting ready to hop back into the social media world. But I think especially on social media, when you keep scrolling and you got reminded that, wow, this person is doing so much better than you. This person is doing so much better than you. And then you'll be like, oh shit, then who am I again? So I will always take a step back and just focus on, I would say like the reality, and just put my head in my lane and just do that thing, and then maybe just hop back on and reintroduce myself to the world. Because I guess identity shifts all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. From a single to married to a mother or what. It's always a shift. So there's nothing wrong with it. Internally, I probably have to make peace with my imposter syndrome, and probably it also, now I see it as a signal that maybe I'm not taking action that I know I should be taking.
Okay.
That's why I feel less confident that I should be. For example, if I were to want to have increased revenue, I know that I probably should put myself out there more, post more, social more, do more sales for event, but I'm not doing that. Therefore, I feel less confident. Therefore, the imposter syndrome creeps up. Because I know that there are some things that I should be doing, but I'm not doing it. So I think now I see it as a signal rather than just beat myself up.
Like I feel like because you're also someone who is very introspective, like you journal, right? You run through your thoughts, you revise what's in your mind and like, what are the issues that you are facing. That's why you can actually identify and make sense out of it, right? Like you see them as signal instead of just letting it stay, like the feelings? Like, do you think that you're someone who would get paralyzed or like, being in analysis paralysis for very long?
I wouldn't say very long because I don't like pain.
Okay.
And staying still, it's not pleasurable to me. I'm a person who likes to like run around, right? So analysis paralysis comes from doing a lot of homeworks, but getting nothing done.
Correct. A lot of planning, a lot of homework, and getting nothing done. Yeah.
So I enjoy learning and taking in information.
Okay.
But to some point, right, I'll be like, shit, I just, need to do something to get the needles moving. Yeah. So I'm the kind of person who also like to move around and take action.
Yeah, I think that's why you're able to get to where you are also. Like, you did not overthink everything. Like, I mean, you said at the early stages, you knew it was probably between dessert and ice cream or something. And I think like the moment you decided it's ice cream, you just started doing pop-ups. You just started doing home deliveries. And at what point that you decided to open a shop actually? Like, what led you from, I think that's a shift lah, in a way lah, from being someone who's like maybe still trying it out to now, okay, getting loan, getting investors. You got investors, right? If I recall. Yeah. And like actually like, opening up like a big location, like a big branding, hiring a bigger team. Like,
I wouldn't recommend it to everyone, but like one of the mindset that I always have is to put myself in uncomfortable situations and then get comfortable in it. Yeah. So then prior to Wonkie, to opening an ice cream shop, I had this like mom and pop kind of place where we still do deliveries and we just open on the weekends. But like I said, that place, it was not ideal for a production kitchen, and there's a lot of like tiny things that are not going very well. And then I was thinking, okay, if I'm really serious about this, I want to have like a proper brand and a proper space and just to like really grow this brand. And of course, there's fear. But I think at the back of my mind, I would always keep telling myself, like, what's the worst that could happen?
Right.
That's my mantra when I was starting this. What's the worst that could happen? Worst come to worst, this fails. I'll go back to a job. I'll just repay people, So yeah, like the worst is not dying or end of the world. So I guess that I can still accept the worst that could happen. So then the worst doesn't seem so scary anymore.
Yeah. So it's really getting comfortable with the discomfort, right?
Yeah.
Damn, I can imagine though, like asking for money from people and all that. At that point, confirm it's like damn uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
You like
pitching it to people and then them questioning your vision, your mission, your dreams, your numbers, your data.
Yeah.
But I think this is it's a very good lesson for me. Yeah, and I learn a lot from it, and you really get a lot of fulfillment out of it. Yeah, when people agree or when people say yes or they trust you, and also learn a lot from what to say and what not to say. I actually like I actually asked one of my friends to help me out because she's a sales in property. She's a property agent in Singapore.
Okay.
And then so she helped me out, like we role play. Like you are my investor that I'm gonna pitch to.
Okay.
So then she will role play and then she'll she'll guide me through the whole process.
Okay.
It's like a psychology thing, right?
Yeah.
So she'll guide me through, so I get more confident about it. And then I realized my pitching style, because some people's pitchings are very data driven.
Yeah.
Like a VC, almost like a VC kind of thing. How much am I getting back? What's the break even? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I realized my pitching style is more like selling the dream, selling the vision, kind of the emotion thing. Yeah. So it's a very good learning curve for me.
Yeah, and that still worked out for you, right? So it's not necessarily like it has to be one way where it has to be data, but you still have to know your numbers.
Yes.
Right? That's what I learned from Shark Tank.
Yes.
It's like you can sell the dream, you can different style, but ultimately like as a business owner, like you need to know your numbers. Yeah, that's like something that I had to learn as well. Yeah. So being uncomfortable, being, I guess, like doing things that like makes you afraid, right? There is that. And And I'm quite curious because coming back to what you said earlier, that when you pitch to people, you are telling them about your vision and your dream and all that, right? Were there any time where your dreams are being questioned by people? I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Like you link your vision to your personal self. And when people question it, how do you dissociate
It's like they question your identity.
And your vision, but it's also the business as well, right?
It's like when they question your vision or your idea, you sort of get hurt because they are kind of question your character or your self-identity in a way. Yeah. I do definitely feel hurt or sad. But then again, because I already put myself one foot in this uncomfortable situation. For example, I already put a deposit on the lease, already start, ID and decorating and renovating the whole space. I think at that point I don't really have much time to mop around. Yeah. Just have to get things done.
So you're just like
Kind of
just
like
focus on doing the work.
Yeah, like the rational versus the emotional mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do get emotional about it because I put so much effort into it. I don't want to say that it's my baby, but I do put a lot of effort and energy into it. And when someone question it, it's sort of like invalidate myself. Yeah. But then I realize it's also like a mantra I keep telling myself, like, oh, it's the product, not yourself. It's the business, it's not yourself.
Yeah. I think that's a very good reminder.
It's just me keep telling myself that way, that, like it's not necessarily an attack on my character. It's just an opinion on this thing.
Yeah.
So that's how I put it now.
Yeah. It's good. I feel like you have a very clear way of seeing things. Was it because I know that you have multiple business mentors as well, or like you're in different mentorship programs, right? Do you think being in these programs helped a lot in shaping this entrepreneur or business owner that you are today?
Definitely having someone more experienced opens up my eyes into how things can be done, how the way it works, or like, to me it's like a blank canvas where however you want to run your business, it's up to you. How you want to bring together a business model, how you want to run this thing, how you want to structure a business model. It's really entirely up to the person. So I like the freedom of this, and I feel very intrigued by the way things are done. And to have a mentor and to hear from their experience is also very eye-opening to me, and very exciting to see that, oh, actually you can do this thing this way. Not so much that they hold your hand, but it's more like giving you a bigger picture. And also like set a role model, like, or perhaps someday, like 20 years down that road, this is like the life that I envision to be. Yeah, so it's inspiring in a way.
I guess it gives you different scenarios, different ideas on how things can work, and then from this information that you get, you pick and choose how you want to run your business.
So I have a mentor which is very sister-like, very mother, very nurturing. And then another mentor which is very analytical, very data-driven. It's all about the numbers. You need to hit your goals, your KPI. So it's very different view, different perspective. And I think it's good to be exposed to this different kind of mentors and to get to know more about how things are done.
I'm quite curious, like, are you familiar with like doing work with more feminine energy, like thoughts like that compared to masculine energy? Like, do you know the difference and all that? Like, I think I'm curious because you're obviously a female entrepreneur, right? And I'm curious, like, have you found yourself to be maybe able to move forward furthermore if you dive deeper into your feminine?
I think I definitely work better with less stress as in people nagging behind my back. So to me, when you ask the question, the first thought that pop up in my mind is like what I said, like nurturing mentor versus very data-driven mentor. I definitely feel more comfortable with a nurturing mentor which because I'm very reflective person. So I think to me, in order to grow the business, I need to grow myself first. So it's the internal first before the external that gets
Yes.
reflected.
Yeah.
So if the mentor is nurturing, which is helped me to grow internally, then I think it's just one way or another, the external will grow as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I see it. That's why I feel more comfortable with a mentor, which is more nurturing, personal growth driven.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also good to have another mentor that pushes you externally, data in terms of goal driven mentor.
Yeah.
Because then they really know the way to achieve something externally. So I guess it's a good balance, but for me it's always internal first.
Yeah.
And then when I am steady, I know that I'm ready, my mindset is there.
Yeah.
And then I'll engage with the goal driven mentor.
Yeah.
The one that is no nonsense type. Yeah.
I mean, I asked that questions because I felt like you have very clear steps. And it almost sounds like you are very clear with like structures and on the masculine side of things. But at the same time, I also know that like you're a creative person and all that. And you're also very reflective. Like I knew all these things about you, right? Because personally, I find that the more I lean into the feminine side of things flow easier. Easier in a sense that like, of course, to achieve results and all that, it's still hard. But for me to move forward along the journey, it feels more less resistance. Yeah. And now that you mention it, I can see it like you focus on the inside first and then it kind of reflects outwards eventually. Yeah.
My process is definitely not structured. I mean, at least not to me. It's a process and I want to sit in it rather than run away from it. So like what I said, whenever there's discomfort or if I feel frustrated in work or in personal, I will always ask like, what makes me feel this way? Why am I frustrated? I think more often it's just maybe the structure is not good enough, or like, for example, if like tiny mistakes happen at work, like why is this not done properly? For me, in order to not repeat the frustration that I will feel next time, I would rather just set an SOP around it.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's always frustration. I'm like, oh shit, why does this happen again?
Yeah.
Then I'm like, okay, then I need to do this, and let them all know to communicate so that things won't happen again.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just I see it as I'm like the lazy entrepreneur that I don't want shit to happen again. So I rather communicate and write down everything as simplified as possible and then let them all know that this handbook is for you so that stupid stuff don't happen again.
Yeah. I like the term that you use, like lazy entrepreneur. I think a lazy entrepreneur is a smart entrepreneur. Yeah. Because I think as a business owner, or like, I don't know, you call yourself a founder or a CEO or whatsoever, right? As a leader, right? Like, I feel like a good leader should not be hands-on or hands in too deep in all these processes and all that. It's like, setting all these SOPs. Like maybe at the early stages, you did not have the hindsight of seeing all these things happening, or because you thought everyone is as smart as you to know how to do things like that. But
because you've been in it for so long, you thought that it's common sense, but apparently it's not common sense.
It's not. And then you have to put it out and actually be clear about it. And eventually you just slowly build up just thicker and thicker SOP that makes it work more efficiently.
Now
right?
I do video because it's easier. Because I realize no one reads words.
Yes.
Yeah, so I just put a video in a directory. I said, everyone, before you start your work, your first week of your briefing is to go through all the videos.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I think that's easier than actually reading through stuff.
This is also something that I just recently come to terms with myself as well. I used to have this guilt where I always think that, oh, you are a business owner, you should be in the business all the time. Like, I'm this ice cream owner, I need to be in my ice cream shop all the time. And so whenever that I am not there, I feel guilty. But when I'm there, there's nothing much that needs to be done from me because they can handle everything.
Yes.
So I would just like stand there and get bored.
Yeah.
Then I will be like back and forth with my emotion, the guilt. And then I realized that they don't need me. They're fine without me. In fact, they're happier without me because
Yes.
every time I'm there, the whole team will be so stiff
Yeah.
and so afraid of like speaking. When I'm not there, they'll be like their bubbly self, which is
Yeah.
a good
Good
it's a-
vibe for an ice cream
it's a
shop.
good vibe for an ice cream shop, and then the culture that I actively build.
Yeah.
Like a teamwork around them.
Mm.
Yeah. So then I realized, then what's this guilt coming from?
Yeah.
You know, this guilt or like the time that I have or the time that I can spend out of the business can be used on the business
Yes.
to like scale.
To even socialize, network,
Yeah.
find next events and all that, right?
Yeah, exactly. So then I am still, I mean, it's better. The guilt is better already. So I guess in a way, kind of like also like shifting the identity
Yeah.
for myself that yes, I'm the business owner, but I don't have to be there all the time.
Yeah.
I can use my time
Yeah.
to spend it on other things
Yeah.
that again excites me or brings me joy.
Yeah.
So then I found like, oh, my kind of way of doing things is to find things that excites me, makes me curious, brings me joy, and then expand on that idea. Once the thing is stable, it has systems and structure, I will try to delegate it to someone else.
Yep.
And then off I go to another
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. So I think as we are speaking now, it sounds like you are entering this new phase again lah. Of like, okay, now that the shop is kind of like stable, there's a system it can kind of run without you already, then off you
Yeah.
go to like the next thing that brings you joy.
Yeah.
Have you found what's bringing you joy in this season?
I think I'm trying to put myself in another uncomfortable situation.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about having another outlet.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then doing something new with Wonky. Yeah.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I've seen you through your different stages. Like when I met you, you literally were in your
I
like
was
baby
naive.
steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thinking back, I probably wouldn't start the business the way that I did. It was a long process. I was naive and in a way kind of fearless as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what made you say you were naive?
I mean, knowing what I know now, I'll probably just start pitching right away.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
start.
Yeah.
Rather than just, like 很 dumb and like go delivery and then,
Yeah.
But looking back, it was fun. It was lessons that I need to learn.
Yeah.
It was something that I need to go through
Yeah.
in order to be where I am right
I
now.
think in a way, like being so hands-on at the early stages without pitching probably bring you closer to the people that enjoy the ice cream. Like at the early stages to, I guess,
And
help
also
you
I build
through
confidence as
yeah,
well.
I wanted to say it helps you through the imposter syndrome,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
identity shift at the early stages. Probably that's what you needed at that time.
Yeah.
It's just like now you look back, you're like, I could have just
I could just cut 1 year off. you
1
know.
year off, one whole year, really.
But no regrets lah. It was a fun journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably will do it better on the next outlet.
If there's a next outlet, who knows, after every decision and all that, you're like, eh.
Yeah, I'll just travel the world.
Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah.
You can do that.
Mm.
It'll be so cool. Yeah, just travel around the world, trying different ice cream.
First, I need to earn enough first.
Still need to do more. Still need to
So
make
I'm
more.
like, I would say like, I don't label myself as spiritual, but I'm just like more of in tune with myself. But like I kind of like the balanced life versus the hustle life.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I'm balancing between the balanced life versus the hustle life. I can stay at home for 1 day max, and then I just need to like go out there and go do things.
When you say do things, it's not necessarily work, right?
Yeah.
You just have to be active.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like go meet friends.
Yeah.
And like have talks like this.
Yeah. Do you think you're an
socialize.
extrovert?
I did that test. What test do you call it?
MBTI?
Yeah. I'm probably like 60-70% extrovert.
Right? Yeah.
But I also need time to charge. But I think my recharge time is quite short.
Yeah, I think I've always thought you're an introvert because you've always had that very grounded vibe. But like only talking to you today, you're like, oh, you really need to get out there. Like I think you're an extrovert.
I think I can switch
Okay.
in a way. I can stay at home the whole day and just talk to my dog.
Oh, you have a dog.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I can go out and talk to my friends.
Aw, that's nice. I feel like you're living the life, man. Like you have a
Really?
dog, you run an ice cream shop. Like to a lot of people, your life is a dream life. that probably felt unattainable for them. And on that note, I think it would be a very nice way to kind of like lead to, I guess, the ending of the podcast as well. It's like if there is someone who is listening who wants to start like a dream business, because I feel like a lot of people have this dream to start a cafe, to start an ice cream shop, to start a dessert shop. Like, what would you advise them?
Probably like what I said just now is like, what's the worst that could happen, right? If you can accept the worst that can happen, then the worst is not so worse after all.
Yeah.
But then one of my friend told me this other thing as well, which also opens up my perspective, is then think about what's the best that could happen from this decision.
Right. Yeah.
So besides, if you can accept the worst and take a step forward, then you can think about also what's the best that could happen if you take that decision. Yeah. So I guess it, in a way, it kind of motivates you.
Yeah.
And you also set a baseline for your fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like oftentimes when it comes to making decision that's like filled with uncertainties, right? Actually, if you think about it, every decision, it just leads to different possibilities. There's a possibility that the worst case scenario can happen. And then you were talking about the best case scenario as well. And then that's the spectrum of everything that could happen in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and a lot of time, because our survivor brain is like trying to protect us, they want us to feel safe, right?
Yeah.
It's just always focus on the worst case scenario. You see, if you do this, these are the worst case that can happen. But actually, a lot of time people miss out on the great case scenario that can happen as well. Yeah.
I think on the closing note is fear happens because of the unknown.
Yeah.
So if you make the unknown known, then the fear is lessened. So the fear, it's not so powerful anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Such wisdom. Look at you. Okay, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
I really enjoyed this chat, and I'm really looking forward to go to your shop to eat bakwa ice cream now. Yeah.
It's available until end of this week, I think.
Okay, so I'm here at the right time then. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So if you guys are listening until now, thank you so much for tuning in. I will include Genevia's socials and also her ice cream shop's details in the description box.
I will install my Instagram back this week.
Okay. Never mind. No rush. This episode won't be going up that soon.
Okay.
But by the time that you are watching this, it should be up. Be sure to support the work that she does. And we are all looking forward to see what's next for you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yay. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Small Girl Big Talk, where real conversations meet personal growth. If you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to share this onto your Instagram stories so that we can reach and help more people in their personal growth journey. You can also support by hitting the follow or subscribe button or give it a 5-star rating at whatever platform it is that you are listening right now. I really appreciate you for staying all the way till the end, and I'll see you in my next episode. Goodbye.